Hello there, my name is Retro, the first time seeing my channel, user review cartoon series, anime series, so something completely random, and today we'll talk about Phoenix Train Book 4. This probably be the last chapter of this series. If you want this series to continue, keep tweeting about it, keep watching about it on HBO Max. This is basically your last chance. Yeah, I highly recommend watching it if you not watched the series. After that, now, Book 4. It was a fun ride. Of course, I do have one, two major complaints, but that's sort of minor, but I'll talk to them later. Basically, this book follows two main characters called Keiji and Brian. Both are great friends to the little kids. In fact, they were probably born at the same time in the hospital, and after that, their family become friends. They became friends, but the only problem is Keiji and Brian are very completely different people, because Keiji is the type of guy who follows the rules and focus on the future. The only problem is he's still not sure what he wants. He's a guy who's everything be okay, we follow the rules, be patient. But that's one of his weaknesses, that he's just way too patient. He waits for nothing. Sometimes you have to do something instead of waiting. And Brian is a completely different animal, because Brian is the type of guy who jumps into things while thinking, but at the same time getting in trouble because that's his biggest weakness. But I love it, but Keiji and Brian complement each other. It's the two type of characters are needing each other so much to basically move on their lives, to figure out, well, this was a good idea or was a bad idea. Should I rush it? Should I not? Because the other need to push the other to act. Sometimes to be patient, other time to rush things, because there are times you can't really think about it. But I love it how they sort of divide it, because Brian wants to be a rock star, but Keishi really not sure he wants to be a rock star. He certain what he wants. He don't even think he understands. He just follow the rules. He'll be okay. But at the same time, he feels frustrated. He feels trapped, and he's sort of jealous of Brian because he's doing something of his life. But ironically, Brian's not really happy either. Even he doing what he wanted, want his best friend with him, he's not succeeding. He feels uncompleted or understand what he must do exactly to get the flame. So, but at the same time, you see Brian a little bit jealous of Keiji because he has order as his life. At least he's going somewhere. That's what he thinks. So you find out, yeah, Keiji, he has everything what he wants, but it's not what he wanted. It's something what his parents wanted for him. He's that sort of trouble. He doesn't think by himself. I thought that's sort of fascinating because both of them sort of need each other to talk to each other, like, what's going on? What's wrong with each other? Why we are separate? Maybe together we figure out. But unfortunately, they had a falling out several times. This is probably the last time they meet, and they're not sure how to talk to each other. They're trying to maybe patch this up, do something. But the only problem is, it's the same problem. The other one thinks it's being too reckless, you be so calm. The other one says too calm, you have to be reckless. And what's more, the train reappears and sucks them in. But a little bit, this is a twist of that kind of formula. That this time, the both numbers are kind of connected to each other. The only way they get out of the train, both of them agreeing what's wrong with this relationship and what's wrong with them. Understanding you need to think and be patient both at the same time. I love that. I thought that's sort of fascinating. Especially, they are two good friends, but at the same time, they cannot be honest with each other because they feel maybe they don't understand the other one. A lot of things happen with your best friend. Yeah, I like that. I like that sort of idea they have. Before I forget, there is a third character, Cass. She's basically a doorbell. I'm not the doorbell. I don't know how you call that little bell you press to get people's attention right in front of the desk. I don't know how you call that. But Cass is there for basically helping the passenger, like every other creature who lived in the train. But Cass has her own problem. In fact, Cass is sort of the mirror image of the problems of Keishi and Brian has, that she doesn't listen. She never says sorry. She never slows down and actually give a conversation like what went wrong. But at the same time, she's kind of a horrible person. But it's one of those horrible persons you don't mind hanging out because she is sort of fun. But at the same time, you are gonna be disappointed around her because she keeps screwing up constantly. And you find out she has this bigger, darker secret with her other friend, what she did to her. Nothing that major, but something that is kind of hurting their relationship. That's why she started hanging out Keiichi and Brian. But you think Keiichi and Brian, oh, this character gonna help us. This is our way out. No, Cass is actually using them. In fact, you find out a lot of little secrets of Cass, what the things she did, the things she kind of screwed people over, and now Keiichi and Brian kind of face the consequences because of her. And that's sort of an interesting relationship with all three of them. They're trying to figure out how to get on the train and not die, and also trust each other to figure out how to survive. And that is sort of fun to see. Now, I have any complaints? There is me one. This one happened at the very end of the episode. The final episode is all about everybody saying sorry. It's set up almost like a joke, but at the same time, you realize they have limited time to make this show. They don't have enough time to really flesh out what happens at the very end. Yeah, it's something that feels, I don't know, it doesn't work for me, but it doesn't really affect the main plot. So yeah, it's something that just sort of nags me. Besides that, everything else works. It went a tad darker, especially each train they went, each kind of creative thing went to the next level. I think the best kind of episode or the best train is once the art museum that Keiichi and Brian took the stock and the shadow basically using their emotions against them. It's one of those episodes just so creative, so dark. It was sort of surprising. It was like, whoa, you went there. Yeah, I like that. I think the best thing about the series, to be sort of messed up, is to be creative. And they use that perfectly of this final chapter. After that, I have a blast. I enjoy it. I had really not much to nitpick besides the we sorry sort of situation. But besides that, I still enjoy it. I highly recommend it. Now I have one question. Do you seen this series? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got really nothing else to say. Just thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.